So I am sure that there are some of you out there who are super happy with your weight. You know you look great. You know, everything's perfect. And yeah, I'm just really happy for you. But I'm not one of those people. I start a new diet every single Monday. Every Monday. And this happens because at the end of the week, when I'm grocery shopping, I see my reflection in the window at the grocery store. And I think to myself, this is it. This is the Monday I'm going to lose the weight. Last Monday just wasn't the right Monday. It's this Monday. I'm going to do it this time. So on Monday, I have 2 string beans and a soda cracker. That's it. Tuesday, I have 2 string beans and I throw in a piece of dry toast. So by the time Wednesday comes along, I'm feeling great. I know I've lost weight. I'm figuring probably lost like 7 pounds because I've starved for 2 days. So I get on the scale and I have lost 1/2 of a pound. 1/2 of a pound. Big whoop. Wednesday afternoon, I have a half a side of beef and a huge bag of Doritos. And that vicious cycle just continues because I'm not going to start a diet on Thursday. I mean, that is just dumb. So I have to wait until the next Monday to start the diet again. So eventually, at long last, I put some space in between my impulse and my action, and I made some better choices. And I managed to lose 5 pounds. 5 pounds. I got so excited. I shaved my chin and went out to buy a new dress. Now, when I go to a clothing store, I want the saleswoman to be elderly. I hope she's overweight. I want her to have a mustache. Never happens. I always get these little teeny, tiny sales girls. You know, they're just scrawny. Like the kinds who make Barbie look chubby, right? And here she comes sailing towards me. Oh, she's all of 17. She's a sweet breath of a girl. She has long blonde hair, and she has big doe eyes with long natural lashes. She has a perky chest and a little teeny tiny waist, and it's all held together with the metabolism of an elephant. And she comes sailing up to me and she says, "Hi, welcome. Can I help you?" And I said, "Yeah, I'd like to buy a dress. I'm thinking something like this." And she says, "Well, great. What size we talking?" And so to myself, I start thinking, well, if I had my daughters with me and a really good toolkit, I might be able to squeeze into a size 10. But this little girl, she just can't help herself. She just blurts out, "What size we thinking, like 18, 20? And her big doe eyes just blink. And I gotta tell you, I just want to choke that doe. I want to choke her. But suddenly I realized that this young woman has no idea the kind of danger she has just put herself in. Because I am middle-aged, I'm overweight, and guess what? I carry a lot more insurance than she does. So I just lifted my chin defiantly and I said, oh no. I wear a size 5'6". I saw the lift in her perfectly groomed eyebrow. She knew I was lying. And her rosebud mouth opened just wide enough to object when all of a sudden a wave of fear crashed across her face because she saw her death in my eyes. And she said, "Oh, yeah, size 5, 6, sure, I'll get that for you." And she scampered off. I scared her. I scared them all. Because moments later, that entire gaggle of teenage sales girls were just huddled behind the counter watching as I was escorted into this dressing room where this size 5, 6 dress hung waiting. Ugh, it was so tiny. I mean, it looked like one of my tube socks with a zipper, okay? So I grabbed the dress and I held it against me. And I swear, I felt that dress tremble. Now, I knew my chances of getting into this dress were about as good as me stuffing a 25-pound turkey into a toaster oven, okay? But I could not let doe-eyed Barbie win. I had to get into that dress if it killed me. So I took off the hanger and I start psyching myself up. And I think, come on, think thin, suck it in, you can do this. And all of a sudden, the dress spoke to me. And she said, "Honey, you need medication." I just ignored her. I pulled the dress over my head. I put my arms through the sleeves, and now I am stuck. I am so stuck, and it's dark in here, and I'm flopping around like a fish out of water, and my hands are stuck above my head like some shades of gray scene gone bad. And all I can think is, I'm going to die in this dress. Why didn't I just go ahead and have that second cupcake? And the dress said, "Focus. I'll end up stretched out on that clearance rack. You focus, fatty." But I couldn't focus. I couldn't. My heart was palpitating and my thighs were sweating, and all I could think is, I'm stuck in this dress. I'm going to die in this. They're going to have to bury me in it, and I'll be lying in the casket with my arms stretched over my head, and the whole world will be staring at my granny panties. I just think, okay, all right, take a deep breath. Just, what can you do about this? And I think, well, I could hang out in the dressing room for the next 3 or 4 days, and pretty soon I'd squeeze into that dress, and then I'd go out and I'd show Miss Thing. But I think, I don't really want to miss lunch. And so my only other option is to get help from those sales girls. But, I can't see anything. It's dark in here, so I have to line one eye up with a stretched out buttonhole. And I can't move my legs. So I sort of have to bounce and wiggle and wiggle and bounce and wiggle and bounce. And suddenly, I feel something slither down my thighs. And I realize that the worn out elastic on my big girl panties has now given up the battle, and it has surrendered in a puddle around my ankles. So it's not bad enough that I'm stuck in this dress with my hands over my head. I am now officially debriefed. And now I can't get help because I will be arrested. So I just get angry. I just get angry. And I call upon some inner strength I didn't know I had. I call on Joan of Arc. I call on Oprah Winfrey. I call on Mother Teresa. I am woman. Hear me roar. And the roar is sort of muffled by the polyester, but it's loud enough so little Cindy Yoo-hoo hears it. And she comes over to the outside of the dressing room and she says, Is everything okay in there? And through the buttonhole, I said, "It's fabulous. Thank you very much." And I waited until she left. And then I bounced and waddled, and I bounced and waddled, and I bounced and waddled, and I backed myself up to the wall of the dressing room. And I started to use the friction of the wall to get out of this dress and breathe and push and breathe and push. I'm telling you, it was worse than labor. 20 minutes later, I deliver myself from this dress. My hair is covered with sweat. I smell like a sumo wrestler. The dress is in a puddle on the floor with one sleeve still attached like an umbilical cord. I pulled it off. I picked the dress up. I aired it out. I put it on the hanger, and I scraped the paint chips off the back. And then I just got dressed as fast as I could. I just wanted out of there. So I grabbed the dress to take it back to the sales counter. And as I am walking to the sales counter, I suddenly feel this jerk in my pants, and I hear a crash behind me. And I realize that in my haste to dress, I had shoved the curtain of the dressing room into the back of my pants, and I have now ripped it off the wall, and I am dragging it behind me like a burlap sled. I just ignored it, and I kept walking to this group of horrified sales girls. So I laid the dress on the counter, and I said, "Thank you. Thank you very much, but the color was atrocious." And if you are laughing right now, it is because you have also been stuck in a dressing room too.